Hey everybody, welcome to the Beehive. I'm your host, TheBee LLC, and this is where we stack precious metals like it's pollen and nectar. And today we're supposed to be being joined by nickel stacking. However, he has not showed up yet. So if anybody sees him out there, holler at him. And yeah, good to see you, Space Miner, Gatito Oso. Welcome in, guys. And yeah, I'm running a little behind, and I'm missing my host, my partner in crime. There's no crime going on here, actually, but it's a phrase, terminology. What are you guys up to out there? Only the gays. Welcome in, only the gays ban me. Okay. Crime, he says. Yeah, give me 1 second here. Let me finish getting set up. No. I heard a tink. Somebody's here. There he is. Nickel. Good to see you.
I guess I was a little bit late. I happened to see it come up on my screen. Did you start at 8?
I started at 6:15. I was supposed to start at 6, but I was behind. You weren't here, so I pushed it back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right. That's all
I
right.
just got in. So
It's all good. I'm still getting set up here anyway, so we're both late. So how you doing?
living.
Yeah. You have,
Well, the big news is the tariffs for China were pushed back another 90 days. So let's put some lettuce on that taco. And what was the other big news that happened? There was something else that happened today. I can't remember now what it was.
What do you mean by your first statement there about the Chinese? What are you talking about?
The tariffs. Trump was supposed to start being effective today, and he pushed it back. So it's going to be another 90 days before they take effect. And that's the big one, by the way, because that's the one that's going to make everything skyrocket, because most of retail comes from China. So that would have been, if they would have gone through at the rate they were going to go through, that would have been a big hit. So.
Okay. I was thinking that my picture might work in the middle, but it's really not working very well in the middle. I'm going to have to readjust that. Okay. So let me move that. Where can I move it to?
The other big news is Osmium is not a ripoff. It's not a scam. It is an investment. And if you want to make that plunge, it's like rhodium. That's what I say. It reminds me a lot of rhodium. When rhodium first came out to buy, everybody was very skeptical. Don't do it. You'll never get your money back. There's really no one to sell it to. I heard the same thing about rhodium, and I made, 800 clear on that on a gram. So it's just because if someone doesn't understand something does not make it a scam. That's all.
Indeed. Indeed. Yeah, there is no doubt that it is not a scam. It's he was talking about, well, if I could get it tested, where can we get it tested? Well, you could go to the world's premier testing facility for osmium, being the Osmium Institute, where it came from. That might be a good start.
Well, they're certified. What you sent him was already certified. So.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and it was free, and it doubled.
Right.
It doubled in value since I sent it to him, and he's talking about it. There's no value there, and it's like just everything that came out of his mouth was just completely wrong.
Right, he can't lose. That's what I told Sal. When Sal was saying something bad, I go, well, he was sent it free. I said he can't lose. I don't know why he was so upset, because I said it can't be a scam to him because he can't lose on it.
Right. I think he was probably speaking to the other people, but still, I mean, it was irresponsible. It was wrong, and
and it could set you back. It could set Ian and all y'all back a big amount, because he is one of the top 3 influencers in the metals community.
Yeah, and what's surprising is like that he didn't just reach out to the person that sent it to him. Right? Like, wouldn't you think before you were going to go throw everybody under the bus without doing any research on it, you could at least contact the person who sent you the free sample and say, hey, look, I think this is a scam, before he just, goes out and makes a video on it. But
right. He should have contacted you and said, hey, what's this all about? You could have told him everything then on the phone. Yeah. Or on a conference call on here, whatever you wanted to do. And then he could have checked it out on his own and not made a big deal out of it. And this, there wouldn't have been any flames thrown, And again, it can just hurt Ian, who, has gotten on here and in the community, and now most everybody knows who he is, and he's building up. And then you have some guy come in that don't really know anything about it, and then make accusations which could really unfairly set you all back on what y'all trying to do. And it was terrible. It was.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, it's so, nothing that he said was correct is the other side of it. Like, everything that he was saying was ridiculous. Even when he went on over on Tiger Stacker's channel to discuss it, I was shocked at everything he was saying. I mean, anybody who's done any investing in any area should know better than some of the things that he was saying.
Oh, well, yeah. It's not, what was he saying? It's not.
He was going on about like, it's not liquid.
Yeah, that's it. Liquid. Neither is platinum or palladium. Right now, if you take platinum or palladium to any coin shop, they're most likely going to tell you, no, I don't want it. So,
yeah, and he was talking about jewelry being a scam, which, if you look at the top of my screen right now, I have that Pure Metals Movement sign up there, which is why I have that up there, is because I myself throughout my life have been frustrated by American jewelry that, we mix it with a bunch of junk metal and, charge a lot for it. And then when you go to sell it down the road, there's no value there. And so people look at it as a ripoff, but that's the most you can say about that stuff, is that it's a ripoff. It's not a scam. They labeled it,
Jewelry's marked up. Okay, so we know that deal. It's always, you always get it appraised for probably 3 times what it really is for insurance purposes. So that's what that's all about. And really, with Osmium, mostly what I guess what we're doing, it's kind of like for jewelry. I mean, that's kind of what it's mostly being used for. I mean, now. So basically, why not have a tenfold? And he also complained if Ian's profit margin is 14%. I'm going, man, that is cheap. That is cheap. Do you know what
Right.
some of these elite jewelry places get for what their markup is?
Right.
It could be 1,000%. So, and they always, most time when something's made by hand, gold jewelry or whatever, it's always worth more than what the gold content because it's crafting. You have a professional that made it. So they usually go 10 times whatever the spot of the metal is. That's generally what they do in retail when they price it new. 14% is a drop in the bucket when you compare all those things. So, I mean, I said he's probably to the left because a lot of left people think corporations should break even. That's it. They should hire people, break even. That's not how the market works.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, he's talking about the premium on it, and on the very piece that he was holding in his video, I ran the numbers, and it came out to a 30% premium. And it is the highest premiumed piece because it's so small and intricate in making it into an S and a letter like that. And so 90% silver, which he's a big proponent of, was knocking on 100% premium's door a couple years ago. So, and now it's back down to nada. So, I mean, it's so ridiculous. He didn't put any thought into what he was saying, evidently, because that's just,
Well, and silver's not as liquid as it should be or used to be. It's kind of not. I mean, certain forms of silver is a little bit harder to sell now. When a dealer gets so much of it, they're not as likely to buy it. So silver is not even as liquid as it used to be. So,
Yeah. Well, yeah, liquidity fluctuates. And speaking of scams, like, if anybody
what's the markup on that? 10,000%?
Right? Like, this is, if anything, I mean, I would never point at this and say that because I bought them. I like them. I would spend money on them now. But as far as way overpriced for what you're getting, these were crazy. And so I was just so shocked that he didn't.
And his pores.
What are you thinking there?
And his pores. What's the percentage markup on that? I guarantee it. It's going to be more than 14% on that.
For his what?
For his pores, silver pores that he did.
Oh, his pores, yeah. Oh, for
50?
sure.
Did you say 50% markup? Probably. It's probably 50%.
Well, some of them were over that, but the people that. But that's the thing is, I like this piece right here that's holding my camera's in the way no matter where I put it. But this piece of, it's a pickaxe holding over my precious metals box. That is it's a prototype. It's the first piece he poured. And so I way overpaid on that poured silver prototype from him, but I'm fine with it. I had no problem overpaying because I feel like I'm supporting him and his channel, and I'm not throwing fits about it or and that it was ridiculous, and it's sad to see it happen that way, but whatever, it is what it is. And I'm not worried about it because it was so ridiculous, all of his points, and he just shot himself in the foot pretty much, from every direction. It seemed like every new thing he said, just my jaw dropped a little bit lower. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I can't believe that he's saying these things. So,
well, to be honest with you, actually, Osmium, if you go through the institute to resell it, you're probably going to have an easier time selling that way than you are rhodium, platinum, or palladium. You're probably going to have as easier, it's probably going to be a little easier than that to sell.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing too, is it's such a new product, right? It's just coming out on the market scene. I don't think it's like he's never seen a new product come onto the market or something. But what he was saying about liquidity, isn't even, for the amount of product that there is, and the amount that people are buying up, it's actually really liquid. So, and it's a brand new product, and with being that small, you should expect a larger premium because you have more risk there. It's unknown. It hasn't seen the market yet. So of course there's some risk there. So there should be some premium there. But these are just common sense things that, I thought all precious metals people knew, but obviously either he had a lapse in judgment or thought, or he's just uneducated in the, you know.
Or he doesn't want that competing with gold and silver and the traditional way of metals, buying and selling. It could be a little bit of that. It could be that he just don't want it to be there in the market. Like I don't like Bitcoin because I think Bitcoin interferes with the price of silver and gold. And I always will feel that way, and I think it's stupid. I think it doesn't. It's a fad. I really think it's a fad. It's been around how many years now? 10 or 11. I think that it's going to be highly regulated, and when it does, it won't trade like it is now. I mean, you won't see the swings that you see now.
What are you talking about?
Bitcoin.
Oh, Bitcoin. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So right now I'm putting up these wood easels. I have a few more different colors and exotic woods and whatnot. So if anybody wants one of these, you can bid on it. They're up for $7. Let me know if anybody wants some of those. But yeah, and it's so funny. Like it just hit the market here in America, and we're dealing with the institute in Germany and in constant contact with them, and we're finding more ways right now, and in ways to allow others to find it, to sell their product themselves. So it's literally a brand new product, and that's something that is just something that people are probably not used to, but it's reality. I mean, any new market. You were talking about rhodium coming to the market, right? Is that what you said, rhodium?
Yeah.
See, yeah. I wasn't part of the metals when that, or I didn't know it. I didn't experience that, but yeah, any new thing like that's going to take a while to find its market, to find its price, and all that. So yeah, just
when I got in, it was basically gold and silver. You didn't even see a whole lot of places selling platinum. So, and then palladium came along, and then rhodium and so on. So it just takes time for them to set it up and for you to trade it. And but yeah, when I got in, it was basically my choices basically were gold or silver. That's pretty much what I had to choose from.
Yeah. Yeah, and like right now, platinum, right? Like platinum in my mind is a great investment. It has its risks as well, but I think it has a bright future ahead of it. The amount of right, so there's 200 ton mined annually, whereas like with I think it's like 320 with what is it? Is it 320 with gold tons a year? So it's like a fraction of it, and then so platinum is just a fraction of what's mined as opposed to gold or silver, and then osmium is a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of platinum. and then they're taking it and refining it even further into a fraction of its market cap, and turning it into this form that can be traded across the world. So it's a tiny market, and it's the most dense metal known to man. Like its attributes to me are what make it shine so well. And then speaking of shining so well, it's like the shiniest, prettiest metal to invest in, and it's the way that they found it was that scientists were using aqua regia to break down these metals, and there were metals that remained at the bottom of the vial or whatever they were using that didn't dissolve, and that's how they found osmium. It's because it wouldn't break down. It doesn't no acid or alkaline can break it down. It has a high melting point. There's so many great characteristics, and that's why I like having Space Miner up and talking to him, and I want to get him back up again and talk more about metallurgy and the aspects of the metals themselves that I don't think even a lot of stackers, including me, understand. Metallurgy and what makes the unique metals so valuable. Like Ian's been talking about rhenium, and how rhenium, it makes such a great alloy for long-term uses. And I was down in New Orleans investment conference, and I ran into a guy who I was telling him about how it's used in metallurgy and alloys, and it makes a good alloy, and it's going to be valuable in the future. And he said, yeah, out of all the metals that we were trying for these new parts, it worked better than anything else. So I mean, here I was trying to tell someone who knew more about it than I did, and he just backed it up and said, yeah, there's huge value to be had there. So we don't we're just now getting into these new metals and figuring out what makes them valuable and their characteristics. And I have no doubt, like now they're looking at this osmium as ways of performing quantum computing and how to do it more efficiently with osmium. And this is so, I mean, like the amount of options that have yet to come to see osmium and what it can do is just huge and unfathomable. So I again consider myself quite lucky to be a part of a new metal, the last metal, precious metal to be brought to the market. It's very noble. It doesn't tarnish. It has all the attributes that you want. Like Space Miner was saying, if you check the boxes of what makes a precious metal valuable and why has it been money for thousands of years, if you go through those boxes to check off, osmium checks all those boxes plus a few more. So I'm excited and ecstatic about it. But then you're gonna. It's just so frustrating to me that like I was excited to show him because I thought in my mind, here's a guy who loves precious metals and is going to be excited to see a new one come to the market. He's going to want to hear about it. He'll be, he's going to have me up, and I thought, sure, he might think, initially a scam, because I did too. I mean, anything new that comes to you that you don't know about, of course, and it's expensive, you think, is this a scam? And you don't think that has went through my mind before I jumped in and started buying it and selling it.
Yeah, you got to check things out.
Right. So I did, some deep dives on it. And so I was expecting maybe a little bit of hesitancy out of him, but being such a lover of metals, I thought he would be open to talking about it. And like Sal, look at how Sal treated it, right? Like Sal that treated it beautifully. I thought he wasn't overly, like, oh, everybody go buy some osmium. He was quite skeptical about it, but at least he was honest and upright and gave people a chance to talk about it. And
well, Sal's and Space Miner are kind of alike. They'd like to have every metal, and so Sal tries to get every metal that's out there in whatever form, whereas Dragons is probably a three metal guy. He's probably silver, gold, and copper.
Well, obviously so. Yeah.
I would think that's what the problem is.
Yeah. Artist Resin, good to see you. And Kevin Hawthorne, OC Stacker. Welcome in, guys. Man, so the special for the night is the Walking Liberties. You can buy it now at any time at $40. And the ancient coin is the Alexander the Great Tetradrachm. Stick around to the end and we'll put it up at a reduced price. And also, if anybody, I don't know if anybody's seen my latest pickup in the ancient coins, is this Mount Gerizim, which is biblically referenced quite often in the Bible. And this is the mount where the woman at the well says to Jesus, our fathers worship on this mountain, but you guys worship in Jerusalem on your mount at the temple, and which is correct. And he responded, well, one day coming soon, you're gonna do it in spirit and in truth, and not at any mountain or any temple. And so that's one of my favorite passages. And here, this is what this coin is showing on the back. On the front here, we have Antoninianus, or whatever his name is here, but on the reverse is Mount Gerizim. And I just think that's fascinating because I heard about it all my life, and then to find it, a representation of it on a coin. And you can see the little, like the steps going up the mount to the temple there on top. And I just think that's cool. So anyway, let me know if anybody is interested in this piece. And that it is 160 AD to 159 AD.
So, what does Dragons think about ancient coins? He probably says, "Scam, scam."
Right, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure they're. I mean, yeah, you could have more of an argument there than you could with any. But again, those, you can't say scam on these things. It's literally the wrong word. Like you could say, seems overpriced to me. Someone's just trying to rip you off out of your money. I don't think it has this value. Like you can throw those arguments out there, sure, but scam.
Reproduction. He would probably swear me down. It's a reproduction, but anyway.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, you can make these arguments, but scam was just not the right word. That's for sure. And he didn't just lightly say it. He was like, never invest in this, and at no time will there be any value here. And it's just like,
Yeah.
Okay, it's doubled since I sent it to you for free. But yeah.
Sal said in his live on Sunday, he was talking about it. I said, well, it's worth $2,400 a gram. Well, that's got to be wrong, Nickel. That's got to be wrong. It must be 2,400 ounce. I go, no, it's 2,400 a gram.
Yep.
Probably 2,500 now.
Right. Yep. Dragons is not a source I would use. That's what, amazingly, there has been several people that have said that same thing to me. Like that was, and I'm just, you guys knew better than I did. I thought, well, here's a big channel and he likes metals, so it's a good opportunity. But yeah, little did I know. Okay, so I'm going to put up here a 1/4 ounce Armenian Noah's Ark coin, 3/9 fine silver. And we're going to run that. And throw up the timer on it. Oh, I didn't get my camera set. So yeah, I did some more research on it since then, and it's just funny how everything he was saying is just completely wrong and backwards. And so I'm not. I was a little worried about it at first, but now I'm like, this is no big deal. It's not a problem. It'll probably actually help me in the end. So,
well, one point he talked about scarcity, didn't he? Well, scarcity does factor in.
Oh yeah, that was another thing he said. Is scarcity doesn't mean anything or something like that. It's like
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
just
I know. And he's a coin collector too, right? So
yeah. Well,
they
you
go
know,
by how many coins has been minted, which is the number, which is it's either scarce or it's not, or there's a lower minting than another coin or not. So that has a lot to do with the price on it.
of course. Yeah, so many common sense stack of things, and that's why I first, I just figured he knew all that. I mean, how can you be in the metals for this long and not know some of these things? So I just figured those were given, but evidently not. Space Miner says $10. Thank you, sir. How those fires going for you out there in the 100-degree weather?
Oh yeah, I heard a bunch broke out. So
Yeah, that's a hot job, man. It's like, because they're always in the summer, right? And then in the middle of the
well,
heat is usually why they're start in the first place. It's all hot and dry.
well, he can chime in, but I think the fall is the most dangerous time. I think it gets a little windy,
Oh,
and that wind takes it right on, man. I mean, that I think the wind is when it's the windiest part of the year is when I think you got to be the most nervous, and the wind can shift, so you could be behind the fire and the wind shift and bring that fire right on you. So it's very dangerous work.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've fought a few little small, well, yeah, mostly small fires in Montana. We had a big one too, but I didn't really fight that one. But yeah, they're scary and intense, and there's no playing around. You can get in trouble fast in a fire. Get yourself caught up or surrounded or no way to escape.
You know
OT.
what's amazing about that is how the wildlife survives. So they got to know way in advance that's going to happen.
Yep. I heard something crazy, and it might have been somebody just yapping in my ear, but I heard that in big wildfires like that, when they find the animals that do get like burnt up, die, burnt alive or whatever, died from the fire, that oftentimes they'll find uh, mushrooms in their system,
Hmm.
like the magical kind. So I don't know if that was just something that was told me or if that's actually true, but
Well, places like California could invest in some rhinos. Rhinos, you know what they do?
what's
If they
that?
if they see a fire, they
Like stomp
charge
it
it,
out?
stop them out.
Yeah,
Yes.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah. All right, I am gonna count that down. In three, $10 to Space Miner. In two, in one, and we are SOLD, sold to Mr. Miner. Thank you very much, sir. Beautiful little piece. Beautiful little coin.
Yeah, firemen are underappreciated. They really are. I was somewhere, I can't remember where, I guess the hospital or something. I was talking to one, and I talked to him about how risky it was because most firemen have lung disorders. They get cancer because a lot of the stuff they use has chemicals in it, and cancer. What is it? What's that disease you got when you just can't breathe really well? There's so many diseases with the lung, and firemen are like 20, 25 times more likely to have those problems, and they realize it and they still do it. So you got to give your hats off to them because they really probably will shorten their life, and they continue to do it. So you got to give the hats off to them.
No doubt, no doubt. Oh, I wouldn't put these out too early. These aren't real. Oh, come on. Come on, camera. These aren't real honey sticks, but they are pretty sweet deals. Instead of paying $2 on a 1 ounce copper round, you can get yourself a 2 ounce 4/9 fine copper piece for $1. So
You could also use them in a slingshot and probably hunt bears with it, because that sucker would hurt if you peg somebody in the head with that thing.
no doubt, they're
solid. They're pretty solid.
They are solid.
Oh my, yeah, those were nice. I think I kind of like the nickel better, the squares.
Yeah, I was hoping to get a few squares, but I didn't. He said he forgot them at home. He was going to send me somebody, left them at home, so I didn't get them in my shipment. But I'm hoping soon that I will get me a few. In fact, if you have some to show off, I'll put them up if anybody's interested for sale. And just get in touch with Ian and have them shipped from Ian.
All right, I'll show it again. There they are. Look at that. Look at there. Solid.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah, like I said, it must have been something went through. Like it must have been one tough son of a gun, because this is a pretty hard metal, really hard metal.
Yeah, some big huge press that just shunk slices them off somehow. Is my guess anyway. I don't know for sure.
And a clean cut too, except right there. But that's where they melt. That's where it was melted into bars before they cut them up. That part there. But look how clean cut that is. That's slick, man. That is smooth.
Yep. So you can buy one of these as is right now. If you want to buy up to a pound, I can do a pound, which is 7 pieces basically. And after I get done with this copper, I'll put up nickel, and it's going to come in at $10 a pound. So it's a great deal on nickel. If anybody would know the good deals on nickel, it's nickel stacking. He said it was a great deal, so I'm using
great deal. So and that's another thing. There's going to be tariffs put on nickel, Canada. So look for nickel to start to go up, people.
Okay.
I think 680 right now, 681, 682. So look for it to start to go. Copper, it was the tariffs on copper that made copper go to new record high. So just something to keep in mind. In other words, if you can get it today for 10 pounds, $10 a pound, I'd be getting it. If I was thinking about getting in the nickel, I'd be getting it today, because it's bound to go up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to get me a little for sure. And it'll be the first nickel I've gotten. And it's 395 pure, so pure nickel. Like we do over here with our pure metals.
And you can build pyramids. Look at that. This is better than Legos.
OTG, you taking off, bud? All right. Well, thanks for stopping in. Good seeing you. Have a good night. Yeah, I gotta put in order my. Oh yeah, look at that. That's awesome. How much was your? Let's see. So how many would you get? 5 pounds or something? What did you get?
50 pounds.
50 pounds of it. Good crikeys. How much is there on the table?
I have no clue what each one of these are. I can't. I don't know, but yeah, there's a bunch. If I put them together in a pyramid, it would go higher than I am right now. So yeah,
that's awesome. Cool.
So yeah, it's good. A good deal, great deal. I pretty much, when I bought it from him, I got it for about 30 cents over spot. You're not going to get nickel. Even silverware that's nickel with silver over, even that nickel silver or whatever. You're probably not even going to get that for this good a price. So,
all right. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question, Space Miner. Can you pour it? Me and Nickel were talking about that the other day. I don't know what it's like to pour nickel.
I think you can pour any metal. You just got to have something that can heat it up enough.
Right. Yeah, and with whether it's harder or easier, probably harder. I know copper is supposed to be kind of tough to pour, as opposed to silver. Silver's supposed to be pretty easy. So, all right, counting this one down. Oh, we got one bin for 1 pound of copper and 1 pound of nickel. All right, you got it.
Who bought the nickel? Was that Space Miner?
Space Miner.
Space Miner getting in the nickel.
That's
Yeah.
right, dude. He's getting into some metals. He's like you say, as Sal. He likes to have a variety of metal, and I think that that's a great move. Like, anything that any of these metals, I think is a great, because as they've suppressed gold and silver for the monetary system, in my opinion, that has also helped to keep the rest of these metals down. And I think they're all going to start going up. So
Yep. Yeah, like I said, you gotta have metals when you build a city. You gotta have metals. Buildings, you gotta have metals. Um, Almost anything that's built for infrastructure, you got to have metals. And we're due. We got it. We need to overhaul our infrastructure in this country, from bridges to water systems to the electric grids. We need to really redo America.
okay, so that's $10 for 1 pound of nickel, Space Miner, and $7 for a pound of copper. So $17 on that bid. Thank you very much. Great pickup. I'm gonna probably be putting in that same order myself. So good job. All right.
It's a shame because our country seems to be putting money in everything but our infrastructure. It would seem if you're going to make America great, you would want to improve our infrastructure. So,
Yep. Yeah, we're about to eat some serious metal corrections. I agree. I think so. Okay, now we're putting up the Antigua Barbuda Rum Runner. This has a beautiful reverse on it. And the ECCB stands for Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. 1 ounce, 3/9 silver. This is a coin for $2 face value, or $2 face value. It's not face value, $2 denominational amount, even though it's much more than that. So let her rip. Truth Seeker, good to see you, my friend. How you doing? Yeah, so I skipped by so if anybody wants any of that nickel, just type in so it's $10 a pound for the nickel. So if you want 1 pound like Space Miner just did, type 1 pound, $10 nickel, and I'll write you down for that order. If you want up to, I believe the max order you can do is what nickel did, 50 pounds. So that's a heavy box for delivery. So keep that in mind. But you can get up to 50 pounds. So if you want, whatever in between 1 and 50 pounds, let me know.
yeah, the delivery guy, he was, and then I didn't come right. I think I was in another room, and I thought I heard it. I go, well, we got to bring it. So I went in there. I said, heavy, isn't it? He goes, yes, it's heavy. So he was going to, like I said, he probably was going to camp out on my porch for a while to make sure I was either came in or answered the door, because he didn't want to lug that thing back and put it back in the truck again.
Yeah.
When I used to buy my silver, like the 100-ounce bars, I was getting them, and I was getting them like 2, 3, 4 at a time. That's what the mailman said. He come fine. He's retired now. He had the same first name as mine, and he come and he go, you don't mind me asking you what the hell is that? I go, oh, I said it's silver bars. Yeah. And then when I went to change up, turn 100-ounce bars into constitutional, I sent them in, and they said, "Is there anything hazardous?" and all that other stuff they asked you. I said, "It's only hazardous if you drop it on your foot." I said, "Then you've got a serious hazard." So.
Right. Hey, Gerald. Gerald says 2 cents for Nichols nonsense.
Yeah.
It's a nice. I agree. Space Miner. That stack of nickel is pretty sweet. I got to get me some as well. I like the little. It's like those silver nugget rounds from, I don't know who sells them, but they got those divots on the top, kind of whatever that is, kind of a rounded divot across the top. And the way they're cut makes me wonder how big of a piece was it cut from. I wonder what the original, size of that nickel was with, because it's got kind of a show me the top of that nickel again.
Yeah, it's got like bumps, kind of like what you've seen bumpers, cars. It's kind of got like that, like when you step to get for grip.
Yep. No, yeah, that's cool. So I don't know. Yeah, that's awesome. Interesting.
Both sides.
Oh, it's on both sides. Okay, I thought it was just
and then you've got you can see a difference there. You have more of a rougher part here, and you've got a real smooth cut here. So it looks like basically 2 pieces in a crack, like you could separate them and split them. Probably how they put it together. Yeah, they're pretty cool. And I'd rather probably have this shape than probably a 1 pound bar. It's a lot easier to ship it. If you want to sell it, I think it's easier to do it in this size. So
yeah. And isn't nickel what they it spiked up in like the Comex or whatever, wherever they're selling nickel, and they shut it down, and they went to check the storage, and what they had left of it was like bags of rocks, is what I heard. I don't know if that was actually ever confirmed to be true or not, but I know they had a real spike in, wasn't it nickel?
Yeah, it ran up to 50, and they froze the market when it hit 50. So you could say nickel is probably as manipulated the price as silver.
Yeah.
Because silver is the most used precious metal probably in industry, and nickel and copper. Well, I don't know. Copper uses a lot of stuff for copper. Copper's used a lot. I don't know which ones. I don't think you could say nickel's the most used base metal, but yeah, they don't want it getting but a certain price. We know that now. I mean, I didn't know it before. I know now. And that's like silver. If silver were to skyrocket up to, say, 65 in 2 days, they would freeze the market. I'm thoroughly convinced they would freeze the market on silver.
Yeah. Gerald, it's $10 for a pound of nickel. You can order 1 pound, anywhere from 1 pound up to 50 pounds max. $10 a pound. And sorry to hear if that's you dealing with the cancer or someone in your family. I'm not sure if I'm understanding your comment there, but hope they're handling it well, whoever's dealing with it. I know, many people have to deal with that, so not a pretty picture. All right, what do I want to put up next? Let's put up let's put this Take Your Silver back up. 2022. Take your silverback precious metals. The guy who designed this was big in the metals market. He did a lot of good things for the market and passed away ahead of his time. And so it was really sad to see that. He had the company, what was it called? Silverback Precious Metals. And so this was one of his designs before he got taken a little bit sooner than anybody was expecting. So there it is. Cool design, cool piece, great guy. There he is, Silverboy Blues. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're well. We should talk on the phone, man. Send me an email. I'd love to chat with you a little bit. It's been a while since we've talked. We need to touch base, and hope you're doing well. And I'd like to get you up here in Nichols' place in one of my future auctions and hear what you have to say, get to know you a little better, and let everybody get to know you on the panel. All right, let me see if I have this loaded in here.
I think he came up on back when I was in Neil's. I think once. I think Silverboy Blues came up on his one time.
He came up on it was probably on mine. He came up and then but then he got I think he was on once and then we got off and he stayed on and we talked afterwards, and then there was one time when he got up and got back off. So, but I need to get him up from the beginning and get to know him a little bit better. I thought I had this somewhere in here. Surely I do. Oh, here it is. All right, let's do 41. That's a good deal. Yeah, and actually, my buy it now special is actually on sale. It should be $41, but I decided to keep it low and on sale. And this as well is a good deal at $41. Low premium. Low premium on a beautiful coin. With a great slogan. Silverback apes, take your metal back. Oh, see, my camera is still in the way. Where can I put that thing? Man, I'm telling you. Okay. I would not know, Nickel. Space Miner. I'm not sure how you're coming up with those, but I won't argue it. Let's see here.
Oh, there's Cranky.
Oh, Cranky Stacker. Good to see you, bud. How you doing?
He's making jewelry.
Oh, just an issue for the masses, Gerald. Yeah, okay. I thought maybe it was you, but yeah, no doubt.
He's got a pretty good setup, but I saw his workstation. I said, "Oh, he must have worked on something else before. He already had his workstation, I think, before he started making jewelry." So,
who are you talking, Cranky?
Yeah.
Something we'll have to meet up next time. Yeah, when are we gonna get together again, Cranky? Hope you're well. All right, take it easy, Gerald. Thanks for stopping in. 41 to Space Miner.
Yeah, he's making rings, and I saw some pendants. So
Cool. Yeah, I just made my first product not long ago either. There, Cranky. I'll have to show that to you here in a minute. But yeah, and I seen. Let's see. The last thing I seen you make was the turtles, which were pretty cool. Have to check back in and see what you got up of late. All right, we're gonna counter down here. In 3 to Space Miner at 41. In 2. 41 to Space Miner in. I did that backwards. In 1. SOLD. SM.
there's some gold earrings. Look at all those puppies.
Space Miner at 41. Thank you, Space Miner. Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's, for those of you who don't know, Nickel is kind of an expert on online auction bidding and finding great deals from estate sales, things of that nature, etc. And he's helped some people in the community figure it out, and they're doing well in it as well too. So it's really knowledge in the metals is key. You know, knowledge is kind of where you make your money in the metals market, isn't it, Nickel?
Yeah, and that's 14 karat, but it's got Aurora. I forget what you call this. It's like a crystal, but it's multicolored. I don't know if I can get it to shine up or not with the light. Anyway, so this is not as in as it used to be. I think it was the biggest in the 70s, and man, they loved that in the 70s.
Loved what though?
Aurora, it's Aurora something or the other. I can't remember what it's called, but it's
some type of.
I'm really surprised they put 14 karat with it. But this could have been from the 70s, and I mean it was big enough, I guess, that they said, well, we'll put 14 karat with it. So,
and it's what do you call that? Not a mineral, but what do you call it? Come on, Nickel, help me out.
I would say a man-made gem.
Oh, a man-made gem. Okay, I thought it would be natural, but okay.
But it's it used to be really popular.
Got a lot of pieces in the drawing phase. Okay. Okay, so up next, moving right along. Let's put up the old Cortez. So I believe that the new 5-ounce from SD Bullion is supposed to be dropping this month. I should have probably waited till after the next one drops for this one to spike up, but we're going to put her out anyway at a nice low value. And
I've got a few jewelry tools. I've got a professional ring stretcher. So if you want to increase the size of a ring, but
yeah.
And then I've got metal. I got a commercial metal one, but this is one of my plastic ones. This is a rings, tells you the size of your finger.
I have one of those. Yeah, I have one of those right here.
Yep.
And I've got the little. I got these because of JT coin rings. Where is it? It's the little ring that has all the different sizes on it. And
yeah, I got those, like a little cardboard one. Plastic. I think I got a plastic one. I got the hammer you use when you want to hammer metal and give it a hammered look, which is pretty cool. It's actually pretty. I think I like the gold nugget and silver nugget design a little better, but the hammered look is catchy. I do like hammered look.
Yeah, I do too. Well, that nickel kind of has that almost look to it. Like that's kind of almost that same look. Do you have any of those uranium lamps or glass storage bases that glow? Nickel, did you see Silverboy Blues' question to you?
No, I saw Cranky said he found him some sapphire. Let me see. Nickel, do you have any of those uranium lamps or glass jar? Oh yeah, Vaseline and uranium. Uh, One of them, if you turn the light on, it glows, and on the other one, if you turn the light off, it glows. UV light on some will make it just it looks like it's like you turned it in, plugged it up, and it's lighting up. It's pretty cool stuff. I don't. I think I might have a piece or two, but I don't really get into it because it can break, and so I try to stay away from breakable things. So I don't have a lot of it, but it's pretty cool, and I do see them come up at auction, and there's people that collect it. So,
Oh yeah.
now how much uranium is in there? Is it safe? Man, I've heard all kinds of stuff on that. I've heard some say you still need to put it in something, and I've heard others say no, you're fine. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't know about uranium glass, but I know Space Miner has some connections on uranium in vials that glows in the dark. It's pretty cool stuff. Or isn't it? Yeah, I think it's uranium. Correct me if I'm wrong, Space Miner. But yeah, this is a coin, the Republic of Liberia. 5 ounces, 4 nines fine. It's a beautiful piece. A beautiful piece. Discounted as opposed to SD Bullion's price right now.
Oh, it's cool. I mean, there's people. I know there's people collect glass. Depression era glass used to be very valuable. It's just not anymore. The younger people, they want modern stuff. Like some of art, your traditional classic art, they're not as likely to want it. What they want is newfangled, off the wall type of art. You know, so
Cool, cool. Hey, Bellows Forge, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Bellows Forge, that name sounds like he might know whether you could melt down some nickel and pour some nickel. So, nickel stacking there has a pile of nickel on his table. And actually, yeah, I'm offering that tonight. And so, if you would like to get some nickel to try to pour some nickel, you can let me know. We're offering it up at $10 a pound. From anywhere from 1 pound up to 50 pounds is the max order on delivery for nickel. So $10 a pound. Let me know if you're interested. Yeah, Silverboy, it is a good price on the Cortez, less than they're selling for at SD right now.
and if you didn't know, let me get them glasses off. There's the best team in baseball right there, Milwaukee Brewers.
Would not be able to argue with you on that. I do not know. Milwaukee Brewers, huh?
Yep, with the smallest payroll. They got the smallest payroll. I always love it when the smallest payroll beats the biggest payroll, which is the New York Yankees. There's nothing better, man. It's just nothing. The only thing better than that is bison burgers on the grill. That's all I can tell you.
Cool, cool. Cranky, you want 2 pounds of nickel? You got it, my friend. 2 pounds of nickel. That would be $20. Nickel to Cranky. And it'll be getting shipped directly from ARK S.G.O. So I'll put in the order for you. But it's a great price. Even nickel stacking says so.
Oh yeah, can't get it. There's no other way I know of I can get it. Not pure nickel. If you want to get 999 plus, You're not going to get it any cheaper than 3N because I've looked the world over, thought I found true love. You remember y'all, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that was more my parents than what I was, but I was watching it with them. I remember a few shows. 43. All right. Thank you, Cranky. Good pickup. I'm picking me some up as well. Oh, and since I let you know about that, we're also doing. Let me fix my camera here. So normally copper rounds go for $2 an ounce, but these copper nuggets here are 4.9s pure copper, and they're about 2 ounces each nugget, and we're selling those at $1 a nugget. And about 7 of them will make a pound. So 1 pound of pure copper for $7. It's also a great deal available for you. So let me know if you're interested in that. And other than that, I'm going to count this Cortez down. Bellows, that's the question that we were just all asking each other, is what temperature does nickel melt at? That's what we've been wondering is, what temperature does it melt at? What's it like to pour? Is it harder to pour than copper, et cetera, et cetera?
It'll come like that. That's 1 pound right there.
You can pay me, Cranky, and I will let you know on the shipping.
Beautiful pieces. Look at that shine. I would have to wear a bracelet for a week to get it that shiny.
OC Stacker, you say you were on a phone call. How much? How much for what? Space Miner says it melts at 2,651 degrees Fahrenheit. I have a feeling he's cheating and using the internet to find out that information, but I'll let it slide this time. Nickel. The nickel is going for $10 a pound. So you can buy anywhere from 1 pound up to 50 pounds is the max order you can put in, but it's $10 a pound plus shipping, whatever that will come out to. 3 pounds of copper as well for silver boy. 3 pounds of copper as well as the 3 pounds of nickel. As the 3 pounds of nickel. Did you get 3 pounds of nickel too? Did you already order 3 pounds, or you're saying you want 3 pounds of nickel and 3 pounds of copper? Because I don't think I had you down for the nickel yet if you ordered it and I missed it. Okay, I'm getting a little behind here. Let me slow down. Okay, Silverboy Blue says 3 pounds of copper as well as the 3 pounds of nickel. Okay, so 3 pounds of each for Silverboy Blues. And Cranky wanted the 2 pounds of nickel. Okay. Let me go back and check something. So make sure I. Oh, okay. You said back here you want. Okay, 3 pounds, please, of nickel. So you want 3 pounds of nickel and 3 pounds of copper. Silverboy Blues. Okay.
I know what OC's getting at. He said, if it's from nickel, I won't get it for a year. Yeah. I plan to mail it tomorrow, OC. And I gotta mail you something. I gotta mail another guy something. And I got something to send Nick's coins.
Okay, cool.
I probably could cheat and show you here. She never comes in here, does she? She probably does.
Sometimes, but not very often.
Okay.
Okay, so got you Silverboy Blues at 3 pounds of copper and 3 pounds of nickel. And then I've got Cranky at 2 pounds of nickel. And I've got Silverboy Blue, or I mean, I gotta write you down. That's for Space Miner. Space Miner, I got you at 1 pound copper, 1 pound nickel.
If I showed it, everybody here knew it. And when Nick has a live, if she ever does again, and she has it, she says, "Guess what? Nickel Stacking sent me." Everybody in the chat would tell her what it was. How could y'all possibly know that? Yeah, because he showed it on LLC.
So yeah, OC Stacker, the nickel is at $10 a pound. If hopefully you heard me. Oh, I may have. Okay, yeah, I got you, Silver Boy. Sorry I missed you the first time. Pay when you invoice or pay now. I can invoice you, bud, if you want. Yeah, I can send you an invoice, and let me wait till I get the shipping for you as well, Cranky. OC's saying to Nickel, do you have Nick's mailing address? If not, he has it.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice if you could send it to me, OC. I appreciate it. It'd be easier than me looking it up. It's probably on her. Not, I was going to say site, not site. It's probably on her account, and she probably has it up. I don't know. I didn't look. She probably has it up though. She's probably got a PO box.
OC, I think we are. I don't think I have anything for you in a wallet. I think we're settled out. Yeah, let me see. I do believe we are. Settled out. The only person that has a wallet with me is Silverboy Blues.
You sold Nick some silver?
Cool. All right. Oh, let me count the Cortez down. The Cortez was at 225. I'm counting it down. If nobody wants it, it's all good, but we will count
She
it down.
does. Nick does some of what I do. She will buy gold items and flip it, and she will buy like brand name silver and fix it up or whatever, then flip it. That's kind of what she does because where she's at, she probably can do that with higher end stuff. So she's got connections. She's got people like that she knows will buy it. So
yeah, so there's supposed to be I believe a new 5-ounce from SD in the Commander series coming out shortly. So I am about ready for another one myself anyway. So, okay, up next, what we're going to do. Up next, let's put up the Italy Flora Fauna first silver coin to be minted from Italy ever in the 1-ounce bullion form. Flora and Fauna, beautiful coin. Of course, they know about the pollen and nectar being the best way to go about preserving your wealth, and so that's what they put on their silver first coin was some flora fauna. At least Italy knows what they're doing there. And let me drop in the price. And she's off to the races. She's off to the sands of time. I just now ordered a grant in the Commander series, so I think I have them all now as far as what's out. Cool. You just ordered grant. You mean Patton, maybe? Patton? I don't think Grant was one. Oh yeah, no, Grant. Yeah, okay, Grant was the last one. Yeah, I've got one of those extra too, but I guess you're already set to go. Yeah, they're supposed to be coming out with another one here, I think, this month. So
Who's that going to be? Eisenhower?
I don't know. I don't know.
Eisenhower. There's quite a few coins of Eisenhower out there.
Oh,
And of course, my favorite, all-time favorite, silver coin is the Ike 40%er. I love those coins. I have a ton of them. I love them.
the Ike 40%er.
Yeah.
Huh. What year was that?
Those are, well, I think they did make a silver version for 76, but mostly it's 70, 71, 72, 73, 74.
Okay. The last years of some real silver value.
Right. Well, they just wanted to get rid of the silver. That's what that all was about. They had silver to burn, and so they just went ahead and put it in certain coins. I think, I know the Ikes were uncirculated, so that's another reason why I like them, because you get them sealed up, and they're in top mint condition, and I love them. And you can always, like I said, if silver was trading for $5 an ounce, you probably could get, for certain Ikes, you probably could get 10 for it, because you could get them graded and all this other stuff. So I like that concept. So that way, if silver goes down, I feel like I'm still gonna have a value, a minimum value on those coins, because they're sealed up mint condition. So
Cool. Yeah, have a good night, Cranky Stacker. Thanks for hanging out with us. And I need to get you back up here as a guest one of these days. So let me know when you got some time. We'll get you back up.
yeah, he could come from his lab, his shop, and show you some of the stuff he's working on and everything. So
For sure.
got some pretty sharp pieces in there. I mean, I really like his ring. He had some rings, kind of had like a nugget look to him. I really like those.
Cool.
And silver nugget, that's a cool. You don't see many people wearing it. They mostly people want gold nugget, the gold nugget look. But the silver nugget, I think, looks better than the gold nugget for jewelry. So.
Okay, where are we at? What do we got? Okay, counter down. Okay, so let's take this time. Hey, Cranky, you still here? Probably off already, but I was going to show him my latest work to be done here. Here we go. Camera out. Get some visual going. Stinger number 1. Stinger numero uno.
Drink real quick. That's good.
Okay, so explain what we got going here. Gold Maple, welcome in. Good to see you. Okay, so this is the silver cylinder. This is a product collaboration of Ian from ARK S.G.O and a machinist that I have yet to get the name written down, so I apologize. I will have his name they will be going on the COAs. And any of these products that I send out are going to come with the COA. This is
Now that one you got in your hand has sold. Is that correct?
This one is this is a new cylinder. My first X code, which is a cylinder that is filled with osmium inset. Each bullet has osmium inset as a primer, and the first X code that I put out has already sold. Yes, so this is another cylinder that I ordered. It came loaded with silver bullets. So each of those silver bullets is a half ounce. They are just a silver bullet. So they have, let me get my zoom here so you can see it.
Are you just going to get the bullets made for the cylinder, or are you going to have bullets that you're going to sell too separately?
Well, that's kind of what I'm trying to explain here. So this is the regular silver bullet that comes with a cylinder. So you can buy a cylinder. Oh, my stupid camera's in the way. Sorry. So you can buy a cylinder fully loaded with silver bullets, and that comes in at just like it says on the back here. So this is a silver cylinder, 3/9 fine, and when it's empty like this, it's 3 ounces. So this cylinder right now, bored out, though that I'm holding, is 3 ounces of pure silver. And then when you add a half ounce bullet to it, if it's fully loaded, you have 6 troy ounces. So that's you can order the cylinder. You can order the cylinder empty, or you can order the cylinder fully loaded in pure silver. Okay, and the other thing that you can do is what I recommend. My first product, my collaboration to the deal, is what I call a stinger. And so we took the normal bullet, half ounce bullet, and I felt like they needed a primer because all the bullets I've dealt with have primers over the 22, I should say. And so to me, it looks very fitting. It's a beautiful way to display it. And I'll show the fully loaded cylinder in a second. It just looks immaculate, fully loaded. So you can, again, you can do the fully loaded cylinder with just silver, or you can order just the cylinder empty, and you can add one osmium stinger at a time until you get it fully loaded with inset osmium, and you can have yourself a osmium OS76 shot load. So I call this product the OS76 shot load, and each bullet, if you buy them separately, I refer to just the bullets as stingers. So you can buy the bullet with the osmium inset for a little bit cheaper of a way to get into it, and you can add them one at a time, and over time you can get a fully loaded cylinder. Or you can buy, like my first piece that I will pull out here in a second, or actually let's just do that now.
And you can turn that bullet into a pendant if you wanted to for jewelry.
Yes, you could.
With
yes,
sterling silver necklace. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Indeed. Yeah, so it's a great way to get your, more of a dual purpose investment. You've got, so this is your fully loaded osmium load. So let me get some light on that baby.
Hey, Go Maple's asking about the safety again. In its raw form, osmium probably is a little unsafe, but in its processed form, it's not. There's no risk. And I haven't ever heard of any cancer. I mean, I think it's lung. You would have lung problems with the raw form. I don't think it's cancer.
So yeah, so what it is in its raw form, it's kind of like a powder or sponge, they call it. And when that meets oxygen, it creates a gas, and that gas is hard on your lungs. But in its crystalline form, it's the most inert thing that we know of on the earth. And so there's no acid or alkaline mixture that you can put the crystallized osmium into and have it break down or decay. So once it's in this crystallized form, it's the most inert element we know of. So there's so many things that it holds. The you know, it's the most dense metal known to man. It's the most dense anything known to man. It's it's the most noble. It doesn't corrode or tarnish. It's the most beautiful. It's got several of the most that can be checked. So most valuable metal. It's so you can buy it like this in an X code where so this is get my piece here.
And for the love of Pete, don't tell dragons.
Right. So this is A right here. That A that's punched in there is number 1. So this is the first piece ever done, and it's already been purchased. So that piece is gone. That's the first X code that I made. That will be coming obviously with a COA as the first X code infilled with osmium that has been made. So you can buy a fully loaded osmium load and have an X code and have it like this first one that I just showed you and have it show up with the COA and fully loaded, and it'll be numbered like this first one was letter A, and then the bullets were punched with a hammer and punch. A1 was the first bullet, A2 was the second bullet, A3, A4, A5, A6. So it's a matching set, and that comes as an X code, which is this piece that already comes, already as one whole unit. And so you can buy it in that form, or you can just buy an empty cylinder. And over time, as I sell the bullets singly, like this one, is the first bullet that I've made that will be sold singly. So this is number, let me find it. I just stamped it in there a bit ago. So right there, this is number 1. So you can buy the stingers one at a time, and over time you can fill your own cylinder if that's the way you prefer to do it, or you can buy the X code as one full unit and have them all be matching numbers. So the next unit to be sold will be B for the cylinder, and then B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6 for the bullets. So those are your different options. Again, you can buy them just with the regular silver bullets. You can buy the cylinder as 3 ounces of silver empty. You can buy it fully loaded, which would be 6 ounces with just the silver bullets being a full silver unit of 6 ounces. Or you can buy the empty cylinder and fill it one stinger at a time until you have a full osmium load. Or you can buy the X code, which gives you the matching numbers, the matching set. So those are your different options. I think that it's a very cool new product. I love how the primer looks with this osmium in there. It turned out just like actually I was hoping, if not better. Let me see if I can get that to focus.
And you have two good groups of people you're selling that to. You have the metals community and you have the gun community.
Right. I mean, as a child, I used to. Oops, the focus on that is not good. As a child, though, I used to load bullets, and so it needs a primer. That's kind of key for them to work. So I think it's very fitting for the product. Most bullets you see, so like these here that I have uh, on display are the normal bullets that most people buy. These are like a 40. I think it's a 40. Or this is just AG 1 ounce 3/9 fine, but I believe it's a replica of a 40. Um, but they don't come with a cylinder, and they don't come with primers, and many things. So I think this is a step up. So yeah, the first thing I'm going to put up is this stinger. This is number one, the first stinger to hit the market. So it is inset with a 3mm diamond cut osmium inset, and it's a sparkle grade 3, so right dead in the middle of your sparkle grades, and it's a beautiful way to display it. So we're gonna put stinger number one up here for sale. Ooh, I need to drill a little hole in my in my display piece here. So to show it off better, let me see here. What are these? Let me see my chat here. I got behind.
You still can't divulge you bought it?
Not yet. Not yet. Uh, So yeah, gold maple. It is dangerous in its raw form. In this crystallized form, it is the most inert anything. It is just basically the most non-dangerous thing once it's in this form. And if I haven't explained before about the osmium itself, that crystallized piece of osmium it forms as a snowflake. And so each piece of osmium has its own built-in code, and each piece is documented at the Osmium Institute. They put it under these high-tech microscopes and photograph it, document it, and then it becomes available to sell. They put an OIC on it, which is the Osmium Identification Code, and that is the code that is used to sell it, to transfer it, and also it is the way that they get it through customs. So when they decided to do this, they worked with customs, and they've made it so that it can travel from country to country with that OIC code and not have any problems with customs. So the OIC code is literally it's in connection with a customs code. So they have no problems moving it from country to country. It's documented. It's made to be sold from country to country and moved from country to country with no friction. So there's so that built-in fingerprint in each piece makes it unique. So, and once you buy the piece of osmium, you will also get a code sent to you. And I have to get with you and get your information. So what you need is an email. You'll need an email and a name. And so if it's Gold Maple is your name, it can be whatever name you want. You could use Gold Maple if you got a piece, and I would say, okay, I'm going to send the new OCC code to Gold Maple and whatever email address you give me for it. And once you receive that OCC code, you'll be the only one that has that OCC code, and it's called the Osmium Change Code. And so only you, as the owner of that piece that has that built-in fingerprint in its own crystalline structure that connects it to you, and that OIC and that OCC comes to you, and you're the only one that then has control of that piece. And so if someone comes and steals it and tries to resell it, it'll just bring the cops to you, because it's not able to be sold without you selling it and transferring that OCC code. So once you buy it, you receive that OCC code. Only you have that code, and only you have the ability to buy it and sell it from that point on. So it's actually quite safe. It's it's a little bit different in that way, that someone just can't steal it from you and resell it, because they won't have the OCC code. So makes it a quite safe purchase. So yeah, let me know, if you want to buy a cylinder to house it. I think that's the best way to go. Buy an empty cylinder, or buy a loaded cylinder with just the silver, and then replace the the regular silver bullet with a stinger, which is infilled with osmium. And then over time, you can replace each one of those bullets and have yourself a fully loaded osmium OS-76 shot load. So we're going to put up this piece. This is a 1/2 ounce and inset with osmium. So this piece, going as a single sail, a single stinger sail, will have the OIC code for that osmium come with it. So we will go over to the Osmium Institute identification code page and put in the OIC for this piece of osmium, and you can see for yourself the details about that piece.
Already facing the shortage now, have your current employees that you generally depend on.
Wait a minute, I gotta stop that. All right. I'm going over to use my other computer, so if I need to bid, I can bid.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, Space Miner, I do still need that the COA from you. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Space Miner. Yeah, I mean, I like guns, yeah. All these bullets. I don't really collect a lot of the bullets. I just really got a kick out of the silver cylinder when I first seen it. Just so I went down to the New Orleans investment conference, and Ian had this silver cylinder, filled with these silver 1/2 ounce a piece bullets, and I watched him take out a bullet and drop it into the cylinder, and watched the air, resist the bullet as it fell in. It's almost like a vacuum, as it flows in there. It's just so well machined. I was so impressed. And so I ended up getting just a cylinder. And then we were talking over time, and I was like, man, what this needs is a primer. And, we were working with osmium, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. I want to put an osmium primer in these things. So I worked, and we had the bullets manufactured so that they can take the osmium inlay. And yeah, it's my first osmium product right here. And so that one has already been purchased, but yeah, I'm going to make another one, and I'm also going to do some collaborations. There's some exciting collaborations in the work, but I can't say what exactly that's going to be. But yeah, I'm also selling the bullets singly, so that if you can't afford a whole set at once, you can still buy an empty cylinder and fill it one bullet at a time over time, and get yourself a fully loaded set as well.
Well, I'm going to still keep my guess. I'm going to say Tiger Stacker.
Okay, so
and the first thing he'll do when he finally gets it, if it was him, is probably show dragons.
Right. You frightened me when you said bullet. How about a love token? Yes, for sure. We'll see for my the first piece of osmium I bought actually is behind me in a pendant that I got for the wife, and it is quite beautiful. Ooh. And that is another way to go. Lots of people are making jewelry with this, so that is a great way to go as well. I just thought, being I had that cylinder, it would be such a great addition to go that way as well. But yeah, there are lots of different ideas you can use. So this is a new product that's coming to the market, and the last precious metal to be brought to the precious metal market, and you can turn it into jewelry if you would like, or you can just buy a disc for tangible investment. Another piece that I'll show you here shortly is my osmium nectar, I call it. So in collaboration with the Osmium Institute, I have my own line called Osmium Nectar, and it is a hexagonal cut of osmium, and it is the most efficient way to stack osmium and stack weight. The most efficient way to stack weight is in a hexagon form, and so that's why we did that, and I worked with them to get it at the best price that you can get into osmium. So there's no cut costs or extra charges with the osmium nectar. So that is a great way to stack it just for the tangible investment idea. So there's several ways to get into it.
And what's the price?
Well, for now, let's do this bullet, and then we'll move on to the osmium nectar. So I'm gonna come over to the osmium identification code page. I will share my screen so you guys can see what I'm doing.
And by the way, Space Miner, I guess he's still here. That coin he made with the osmium, are they? It's that 3 millimeters too, or?
I think it is a 3 millimeter inset. Is that correct, Space Miner? I think so. So this is the code that I'll be putting in. So I just get the code that came with the osmium piece, and I come over here to the osmium identification code page, and I simply enter the code in. It's D3-PFX3- L6XT. I've already had it in there. And you hit OK, and that will pull up your piece. So this pulls up the piece that is in this stinger. So this piece right here is the same piece that you are looking at on that page. So it shows you and tells you all about it. You can blow up the image and check the crystallization structure to see that it matches. But it also tells you it's a small round bar of 3 millimeters. The weight is 0.057 grams. It tells you the diameter, the thickness. The sparkle grade is a 3, which is a medium. There's sparkle grade 1, sparkle grade 2, sparkle grade 3, 4, and 5 are your different sparkle grades. And so the longer it grows, the longer they let the growth process go, like a snowflake that's forming, the larger the crystals get. And so the very large crystal structure, the longest you can let it grow is up to a sparkle grade 5. And that just makes the hexagonal growth structure a little bit larger. But a sparkle grade 3 is right in the middle. It's a good average. and it's quite beautiful. And so, like, if you get a sparkle grade 1, it is more like looking at a fresh snowfall. It has lots of sparkle but little sparkle. And then the larger sparkle grade 5 is a more rough look and has larger reflection points. So
better than a 5 is better than a diamond. A 4 probably might be better than a diamond. A 3 is probably the same as a diamond. Would you say?
no, I mean, they all reflect light from a lot further away than a diamond. So a diamond refracts light, and so some of the light when you hit light, if you take light and you shine it at a diamond, some of that light goes through the diamond and refracts, they call it. And some of the light will bounce back at your eye. But with osmium, all of the light bounces right back at your eye. So you can spot osmium from a lot further off than you can a diamond. So, like, if your girlfriend has a pair of earrings on, or some beautiful woman wears some type of jewelry with osmium, you will see them from across the room sparkling way faster. You won't be able to see a reflection with the diamonds from that distance, but with osmium, it will be bright, and you'll see the reflection. So the piece of osmium in here is 140 euros, and if I do euros to dollars, we will put in 140.62, and share this instead, which shows you 140.62 comes out to 164.69. So we'll say 165, and we will add a
silver. You got the silver content.
Yep. And so it's a half ounce in the machining that it takes to make that. I got sold that as an ounce value for the machining. So we're going to add 1 ounce to that. So we're going to say 40 and 165 comes out to 205. And there's a couple people who have been with me from the beginning with this osmium, one being Nickel and the other being Silver Boy Blues. Both of you being bees in the hive get a discount right off the bat. So you guys starting you off each at 2% discount. And with each purchase you do going forward, you'll receive another percent up until I hit my max percentage that I will be giving for a discount. So right now you're starting out at 2%. Anyone else that decides to purchase, with each purchase you make, you'll add another percent on to your discount. But you'll start out at the flush rate, the normal rate, and then each time you make a purchase, you will get a 1% discount up until I cut everybody off at that certain point. Haven't made my mind up on what that is, but 5%, something like that. We'll see, 5-6%. I'll make up my mind here in a little bit. But so the price of the first stinger up for sale is $205. So we are going to go ahead and run that piece now.
A great way. If you haven't got osmium before, it's a great way, a great entry item to get it that way.
Yeah, so osmium, this is a new product, but not only is osmium was discovered as a metal in about 1800. And it was first used in light bulb filaments, and some other small record needles were used also with osmium because of its hardness. Its hardness level is up there with diamonds. So it's another one of those things that it's right up there at the most. It's the most dense, the most all these different things. Hardness is one of those things. Is it's right there with almost diamonds. So, but its weak point is that it you can't bend it. It's very hard. So that hardness makes it non-forgiving to bend, so it's kind of brittle, if I guess is what you would say. But it's very hard up to like the point of a diamond, and it's very abrasion resistant, more abrasion resistant than a diamond. So again, I need to get, that's what's interesting about it, and I couldn't figure out its weak point until I was talking to Space Miner about metallurgy itself. And once you start speaking in metallurgic terms and understand the traits and aspects of the metal itself and alloys and how they work, until I understood, okay, it's like the hardest metal out there, but yet it doesn't have that bendability, that flex like some metals. Some metals you can just bend, and they'll bend right back. But that's not something, because it's so hard, that keeps it from bending like that. So, but anyway, so yeah, it's a new product that's just been brought to the market in its crystalline form. It is very inert, the most inert product we know of. So it can't be dissolved in acid or alkaline. It melts at a very high melting point. So it's very resilient. It's going to be the last thing standing, basically. If you take the exploding stars theory of that's how gold and silver was formed, this is, the most valuable. It is the rarest metal known to man, the most dense metal known to man, the most valuable, the most shiny, the most inert. And it's just now being brought to the precious metals market. So it's new to the market, and it's a way to, first I always tell everybody, get your silver stack, get your gold stack, get some platinum, get your base of your base liquid metals. And then once you have a good base of those liquid starter metals like silver and gold, then it maybe doesn't hurt to get yourself a little bit of osmium. And it can be, I like to consider it my corner stall with a horse that no one knows that might win the race. So there's some high possibility for a lot of room to run, and it could run fast. But again, it's being a new product, you're going to have some illiquidity because no one knows what it is yet. And so you have to understand what you're getting into. But once you understand that it is a new metal, you understand its attributes, those things about it, and that it is so beautiful. Like a lot of people first time, like Tiger Stacker, like Nickel was mentioning, he got some for his wife. That was my first purchase. When I seen it in Wyoming, when I went and visited Ian at ARK S.G.O, I seen it and I was just taken by its beauty, and so was my wife. And so my first piece was that pendant that I just showed you for my wife, because it makes beautiful things on beautiful women, makes them happy. So you can buy it in that form, but I'm buying it now as a tangible asset. And so I really, I bought quite a few of these osmium nectar hexagon pieces, and that's a great way to get into it, just for holding the weight. So that for me, that's how I'm buying it, for the weight, for the tangible investment side of it. So there's different ways to look at it, but
and it's the rarest metal you're getting, and you're getting an exclusive bullet which nobody else is selling. Is that correct? I mean, that's yours.
That's for sure. Not only are you getting an exclusive, most rare metal that no one's going to have, you're getting a whole nother level of rarity from the first time product. This is No one else has this product. There's a lot of stackers out there that collect bullets. You got a bunch of different size bullets and they'll collect them in silver, but none of those has a primer, which they all need. I mean, that's just, if you know bullets, you need a primer. And so this is a dual investment. It has, you're insetting the most precious metal into pure silver or pure gold or whatever you're choosing to. So with this, it's the most rare metal inset into pure silver.
And
So
rare because it's in this bullet form. So I mean, exclusive. It's kind of like, except you don't have the brand name, but Tiffany. You buy something from Tiffany, and even though they make a certain run of certain things, you can there's only one real Tiffany, so you have to. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep. You predict that I'll be on one of whose lives? I'm not sure you're talking, but Tiger's gonna have me. He said he's gonna have me up on his live when he gets back from working.
Yeah, I'm predicting he bought the cylinder with the bullets. He'll have you up and he'll show it on a live, saying, "Look what I got," and then he'll show it and then have you up as a guest. That's my prediction. So we will see.
Gatita Oso. Oh, yeah, that's longer it grows. If you're asking, what am I talking about the longer it grows? So what they do is they get first they have to get the osmium to a pure point that is crazy. They say it's 11 nines pure. So they have to get it refined to such a purity that there is literally nothing else there. And then they turn that. I don't know the exact process, but I'm kind of just running you through it. As Space Miner would know better, but and then they turn it into a vapor over like 9,000 degrees, and they have to have it in a vacuum. And so they turn this stuff at 9,000 degrees into a vapor, and then they coax it back down. And if I was watching Space Miner's last video, and he talked about condensation, and I think that's what they're doing. They coax it back down onto a plate, like a solid glass type of plate, and I'll show you with my osmium nectar. The back, it's just a flat back generally, and that's where they start the coaxing process, and it starts condensing on that flat surface, and it starts to grow, and it grows like a snowflake. It's crystallizing, and it lays down quite flat, and it's the most dense product. It grows and forms in flat level surfaces, and that's why you get these. It also forms in a hexagon. So that's another cool thing about the hexagon that I have as well, is that's its actual form in its natural state. It grows as a hexagon. And those hexagons grow and grow until they end up in these pyramid hexagonal forms. And so that's the difference in a sparkle grade 1. They only let that growth happen for a short amount of time, and they stop the process, and that's a sparkle grade 1. Then they do the whole process again, and they grow a plate, except they let it grow a little bit bigger this time, and that's a sparkle grade 2. And they do that process all the way up to a sparkle grade 5, and that's about the furthest they can let it grow and keep everything uniform. So yes, that's what I'm talking about the longer it grows. Oh, you left, Space Miner. Yeah, I was hoping you were hearing me so you could correct me on everything I was saying, but yeah, you missed a lot. Where'd you go? Dang it. Space Miner says 205. Nickel comes in at 205 right after Space
No,
Miner.
I was just doing the bidding for you while you was talking. I was doing the update.
Okay,
Yeah, you bid 205, and then we have a bid from Silverboy Blue of 210.
210. All right, cool. I'll flip I forgot to flip my cylinder, but we got Silverboy Blues at 210 on the very first Stinger. I think silver is just going to stay in the same spot. Nothing is happening with silver. Gold will soar. Well, I disagree with you on that, Gold Maple, but I don't have any problem with you thinking gold's going up, because I agree with that as well. I think gold is going to go up as well, but I think all the metals have quieter ways to run, to be honest. So, and I think silver has a great future in front of it. In fact, it is in a 5-year deficit, and there's no monetary demand right now. And the industrial demand has overtaken the market. So, as our dollar depletes more and more monetary demand comes in, there's no room for extra demand. We're already in a deficit as is, with no demand from the monetary side, and the industry demand is only growing, and we already don't have enough mining. So I think the silver is going to do very well. But also, yeah, gold, we know gold is going to do well, right? Because we got all the central banks stacking it like there's no tomorrow. So, yeah, but I think all the metals are going to do quite well.
Well,
And,
the dollar's in free fall almost, so gold is going to do well as long as the dollar's having trouble.
yeah. And amazingly, the dollar, I mean, it's fallen a little bit, but it's falling as opposed to gold, right? But per other currencies, it depends on how you're looking at it. But it's kind of holding up strong to other currencies. Now I think it's over a hump and on its way down, and it will continue to fall. And what we're doing to it is only going to make it fall even more. So, but yeah, so I think we got a bright future ahead of us for the metals, personally. You actually don't need platinum, palladium, osmium, iridium, etc., because they are all silvery metals. They are more chemically inert than gold, but otherwise nothing unique. Well, I disagree with you on that too. Each one, and that's why I like having Space Miner up here and talking metallurgy and the differences in these metals, because I think that there is a lot of unknown elements to these metals that us stackers are just unaware of. And there are metallurgy itself, like let's see, did you name it here? No, what's the one that rhenium, Ian at ARK Silver Gold Osmium, he's really been talking a lot about rhenium and buying it and selling it, and it has a lot of unique characteristics, and it's pretty rare metal, and it is used for alloys in metals that they're willing to spend a high price on to alloy with those expensive metals to get the long lasting product. And with osmium being a new metal and being the hardest metal, it has some of the most unique characteristics, which is what makes me so excited about it. I mean, they're just now looking into it for quantum computing, and it could be the new breakthrough for quantum computing. And it just being a new metal and so finite, they're going to come up with plenty of things for it. So let alone the investment demand that's already there for it. I mean, the price of it per gram already, just from demand, is quite high, let alone what will come of it from if quantum computing takes off like it seems to be doing right now.
Well,
so go ahead.
There's certain metals you got to have platinum for that silver can't substitute, so you have to have it. And we don't know in the near future what will be invented or a process that will need platinum only. So we don't know what the future. There could be some other stuff that's invented or manufactured that you got to have platinum for. So
indeed. Okay, we're counting this down. We got Silver Boy Blues at 210 in 3, in 2. Silver Boy Blues at 210 in 1.
There was a period where silver was out of photography. They no longer used it. Silver plummeted. Everybody said silver will never be worth more than 10 because there's no applications now that need silver. Now look what we need silver for.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing is these with the progress in computing and electrification and electric car and electric everything, um, and no new mines. We basically mined up. That's the thing is silver is known as epithermal, and it's found right up at the top of the surface. And so all the surface easy silver has been gotten already, and we're already in a 5 to 6 year deficit in silver itself. So yeah, to me, the future is
And to
very
get
bright.
people to turn their silverware in, their jewelry in order for them to do that, it's got to get to a certain price for them to really in mass to turn that over so that can be recycled and used.
Yes, let me stop sharing here for a second. Yeah, Silver Boy Blues. So, yes, sir, you have, it already has a number on it. It is number one. You have Stinger number uno, number one. So you have the first Stinger to hit the market. That's a very good purchase, my friend. Nice pickup. All right. So yeah, now I will bring out the osmium nectar and going forward in the future, let me know. We have plenty of cylinders and more can be manufactured. So if you want to, fill a cylinder over time with stingers or you only want the one, however you want to do it, just let me know and we will make it happen.
Let me get ready. You see what I'm doing? All right. Hit it.
All right, cool. All right, so yes, up next is my greatly anticipated product. And I have sold, amazingly, I ordered it. I put a big order in, and most of my order is already gone. People are a lot. It just got bought up quickly. So just the demand from like that. I believe that you got. I mean, I want to be careful. I just got called out as a scammer, so I should be careful. But I am really. I believe you guys are. I'm quite excited about it. I think you guys are doing very well by getting into it. I think that this market is going to rip like you haven't imagined. I mean, people say, "Oh, what do you need this for?" Oh, well, what? Bitcoin is at what 100 grand, and it's actually nothing. I mean, it's just a transfer. You can put. I mean, they're already coming up with transferring gold and silver. At least there's something there that is behind it. I mean, the tulip mania in the crypto area is a scary area for me. Let alone the slavery aspect of it. Even if you take that out of it, you know, it's to me, it's you're gonna be much happier with an actual product, like we were saying. If gold and silver comes from exploding stars, which I don't really buy this myself, but most people do, and it's such a unique element. And if that's impressive, then osmium is mind-blowing impressive. I mean, it's you take platinum, which is just a fraction of what silver or gold's annual mine supply is, and then osmium is just ridiculously, a tiny fraction of platinum, which is already a small. So this is something. This is the first time in our thousands of years of mankind where we have the technology to actually get a hold of it, and especially to get it to a point where it's crystalline with its own unique fingerprint that is the most inert, most dense, then it can't be replicated because it's the most dense element known to man with that fingerprint built in. It's mind-boggling how cool this product is when you really think about it.
The Westies are in here, so I think they heard that you were going to put that up, and they're going to try to outbid me on it. That's all right. You see the Westies? I'm getting ready. That's right.
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas, good to have you. Good to see you.
I'm getting prepped. Ready to hit them buttons. Yeah.
So yeah, and it comes all. I'm unboxing this beautifully packaged box. These are cool boxes, but and I want to get this. So I want to get the other piece here. That's so cool. Yeah, here we go.
I bet you Caitlin Clark would like to have it if she knew what it was.
Oh yeah, you might could score some points with her right there on this one.
She'd have the money, bro. She'd have the money.
All right, I'm losing lights. Okay, so now I have these in a variation of sizes. Okay, so if you're looking for something smaller, we can do smaller, but this is the largest piece I have. And it is, let me get rid of myself so I can get a good view here.
Do they come in a standard 6mm or 7mm?
Well, I ordered 6, but in their cutting process, they come out with a few different sizes because to use up the whole piece. But let me get my light going and my zoom going and see if I can do this well. And I should just take it out, I suppose. But so what's really cool about this piece is it goes from a hexagon to a box to a square when you're like, it plays tricks with the mind. It's like, oh, it's a cube. Oh, wait, no, it's a hexagon.
It's a shapeshifter.
It is. It's a shapeshifter, exactly. So this is my biggest piece, but it is something to look at.
I tell you what, that sure would look neat if Mr. Westy got that for Mrs. Westy and some piece of jewelry. I'll tell you what.
Oh boy. She's pretty. So that is my most expensive piece right there. Oh, let me get this out.
She does. She does. She looks like a model. She really does.
Mrs. West, Texas?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah?
So, if I could only be that lucky someday to get someone like that, I don't know. I probably won't.
Well, I actually feel like I got on that same lucky boat. I have a beautiful wife as well, so I got lucky in that aspect as well. But it is not all about the beauty, and that's the amazing thing. Is not only is she beautiful, her character is just as beautiful, if not more. So that's what it's really at. Because you got to live with this person for the rest of your life, right? So
you have to. It has to be the whole package because
In fact, I had
a long time for most people.
Yep. Okay, so that's the largest. Now I'll show you the smallest. This is the smallest piece I have. Let me back out here a little bit. So that's the largest piece. This is the smallest hexagon I got.
That's 5?
That's 4, I believe.
Okay, 4, okay. So the 2 you showed, you got a 4 and a 6.
Yeah, that one might even be a 7. So I know we can look them up, but this one is like a $700 value, where this one is like a $300 value. So and then I have them right in the middle of that as well. So
Silver Boy Blues, I know some people from Beaumont, Texas, and one of our preachers at our church was from Beaumont, Texas. I think when they left, they went back there. So I know where that's at.
And so that one is right there in the middle. So depending on what price category you are looking for, we can. So
which one you
Well, let's take the big boy first, and let's put it into the identification page and see what it says for price on it, and go from there. Not invite.
He wants Westy's want a heart-shaped piece of osmium.
Yeah, we can do that as well. Heart shape is quite popular and it's very beautiful. And indeed, we can any piece. So we can also maybe I'll pull up the website, but we can get you from letters like I sent to SD. We sent him an S and a D for Silver Dragons, and you know how that turned out. But you can also you can get letters, you can get numbers. There's a few different shapes you can get, and then you have the osmium nectar, which is a hexagon. You can get a square. You can get a round, which we call a diamond cut, like went into the stinger that Silver Boy just got. So there's a variety of different. There's a triangle. There's a few different shapes you can get. So a heart is one of those shapes, and it is beautiful. So that
you can get a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
For sparkle grade, yes.
Yeah.
And we worked with the Osmium Institute, and me and Space Miner put together a great tool which they agreed to, and I don't know how long it will take them, but they're going to put it together, and it will be a tool for us to use where I can just hold up an example, and it will show the different sparkle grades, so that I don't have to explain this to everybody every time. But so that's coming. But it's just, again, this is a brand new product, guys. We're at the very front of this, so I think you're doing great by getting in if you choose to.
And also, Mr. Westy, you could buy 2 smaller hearts with a better one, like say a 4 or 5 grade, and get a pretty good deal on it, and then she can make earrings. You can have earrings made out of it, and you can't get heart probably better than that for earrings.
Yep. So. Yep. And you'll be shocked at how well those things stand out. Like you see them from across the room, in a dimly lit area. It's like crazy how they grab your eye, because it just, there's, again, a diamond refracts, so you lose some of the light, whereas this reflects all the light, and it's the most flat surface and dense, so all of the light bounces back at you directly. Okay, so I'm going to put in this code right here. So you guys can see the Osmium identification code page that I'm on, and I'm going to put in this code right here at the bottom. You guys can see. So I'm going to put in this code. This is called the OIC code, Osmium Identification Code. So AK9MLMKQK is what I'm going to put in. A-K9 there it is right there. I've already put it in to check it. So there it is. I press OK, and whoa, bam. That was another thing he couldn't figure out. He couldn't figure out where to find.
Oh, you mean dragons?
And I sent him I have a copy of it right here, a page with all the information that tells all about what it is, and I listed all these websites, including the Osmium identification page, where he could type in like I just did and pull up this information with the price. But he said that he couldn't find it. That just is like, if you would have understood it from my angle, all the things that he said, like, is the most baffling thing. I still can't believe some of the things.
I know. I was there. I got in on the like the second half, and I was hearing all this stuff, and I'm going, huh? I said you could make that argument for platinum, palladium, this and the other. I'm going, why is he singling out osmium? I mean, he was just dead against it.
Yep. So here is a blown up picture of this piece that I'm holding in my hand, and you can see all these. So another thing that's cool is I have a microscope right here to the left of me, and sometimes I put these pieces under a microscope. I don't know if I'll get to it tonight, but you can put it on the microscope, and it'll blow up just like this. And there's some places that have a unique pyramid that's extra large, or 2 pyramids side by side, kind of like right here. And you can find it on your piece and match it and be like, oh yeah, this is my piece because of those unique structures. And so yeah, very cool. Let me go back to where I was. It's not going to work.
And I guess I'll have to trick Silverboy Blues out of his number 1 bullet someday down the line.
Indeed.
I'm still working on you with the Space Miner number 1, so I'll work on you.
Yeah, these are the number 1s. You guys are here for the number 1s, so you're lucky to be getting some of these number 1s. Okay, AK9 MLK. Okay, that's it. Okay, so here we are. So let me run through, tell you, here's your OIC, like we just entered in. If I clicked on the certificate, it would show me as the owner, and then I could enter in my OCC, that would allow me to transfer the ownership, but I'm not going to do that yet because no one's bought it yet. But that's how you would do it. Then it says type of product, hexagon, small. So this is the osmium nectar, as I like to refer to the line. Its weight is 0.306 grams. Main dimensions 6.9 millimeters, secondary dimensions 6 millimeters, average layer thickness 0.27 millimeters, a sparkle grade 3,
So
medium.
a third of a gram. That's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. This is a piece. So 626.08, and then we're gonna do that to euro dollar. And yeah, no, this is the way to stack weight for osmium. That's why I worked on this line, is this is the best weight. And in nature, so why bees in nature use the hexagon shape for their honeycomb is so that it can handle all the weight. And so that's what's so cool is, and then they've tested it, in the laboratories or whatever to see, what is the most efficient way to stack weight on top of each other, and it is the hexagon. So the bees know what they're doing there. And the very way that this forms when it starts growing on the plate, when they coax it into a crystalline form, it forms naturally in a hexagon. So I think that's pretty cool as well. So like it's such a cool product. Okay, so 626.08. 626.08 comes out to 733.26. So I would round that to 735. $735, and yeah, and then for those Silver Boy Blues or nickel, you guys get the 2%. And so anybody out there else that's interested in, you starting off at the retail price, and then with me, if you buy from me, you get a 1% discount percentage each time you buy. So if you bought today with me, you would get a 1% discount next time you come in and purchase osmium from me. So that's where we are at. And so that
before you start, you are going to do the 4.0, right?
Yes, I'm going to just, before I auction either one, I'm going to do the big one and the small one. And then I will probably run the small one first and then do the big one. And if someone wants the middle one, let me know, because there's a variety here, and that's what I'm showing you. So now we'll enter in this small one and see what it comes up with for a price.
I tell you the truth, the hexagon ones for earrings would look awesome, especially when they change shape.
Yeah, that's what I find.
The round, that would be better than the round. So.
Yeah, I find it awesome that it shape shifts like that. It's really cool, especially in person. You're like, wow, that's so cool. Okay, KHQ9. GG69.
Talk about Barney Fife keeping his bullet. Got my bullet. Yeah.
That's funny. I forgot about that. Okay, so this one comes in at 216.88. Let's put that in over here.
Then also, you don't forget the Lone Ranger. Remember the Lone Ranger used silver bullets.
Oh yeah, I didn't remember that. No.
Oh yeah, he used to give it to him. He would give it to a person or so and hand him a bullet. It was pure silver.
Okay, so
and
that one.
If you remember the movie, what was the movie with Gary Busey and it had the little kid in the wheelchair and there was a werewolf and he used, I think, a silver bullet to shoot that werewolf.
Right. Well, I know about the silver bullet. So 254. I'm gonna say round that to 255. So this small one comes in at 255. So we've got the big one coming in at 735. The small one coming in at 255. And of course, the middle one would be right there in the middle of that. So I'm going to go ahead and run the small one first, and then I will run the large one. And if someone says, I want the middle, let me know, and we'll run that one as well. Okay, let us stop.
Or you could put up all the hearts you have. I could buy them, and then the Westies would have to deal with me. Not that I would take advantage of that. I never would do that. I like the Westies.
Laugh out loud. He always kept one bullet in his pocket in case he needed to load his revolver as the deputy and Mayberry on the ending. Yeah, that was flair. I forgot about that too. That is funny. Okay, American Osmium Arts coming to life. Indeed, Space Miner. Give up my bullet. No way. Okay, here we are. We're gonna run this small hexagon. It's coming in, so I'm gonna put in the code. Give me 1 second here, guys. Let me find my Osmium area. Osmium, here we go, and delete that and put in the code. We are A-KHQ9-GG69. Okay, and that comes in at 255. Yep, 255. And let's run it. The first Osmium Nectar to hit the LLC market comes in at Crystalline Osmium OIC AKHQ9-6 or GG69 at 225. 888 the Great says 225. Wasting no time. Let me get my sands of time passing by. The nickel is in the lead, indeed. Very cool. Oh, I gotta get something to drink. Talking too much. You talk too much.
That was a song. Who sang that? I remember that song.
That one, I was playing it last night from the Silver Bus. Was playing that. You talk too much. I don't know who I'll have to.
I can't remember who sung that. I think that was in the 80s that came out.
Yeah, it's a older one. Let me see here. Jamming. Where's I don't have my. You can't see me. Which jamming. It is Run DMC. You talk too much.
Yeah, okay. I started to see them. I really did. And then I said, wait a minute, was it them? There was so many groups at that point that was doing that type of music that I didn't know for sure. I thought it could have been
Sugar Hill Gang. They're on here. They sound kind of close.
There's another one too. The one that sings Rumors. The Rumor song. I can't. Art Nouveau. No, I don't know. I can't think of it.
I don't know. There's Fat Boys, Run DMC, UTFO, LL Cool J, the Sugar Hill Gang, Curtis Blow, Houdini, Word of Mouth, The Real Roxanne, Hitman, Howie T.
Well, Curtis Blow has a great song from the 80s. It's called We're Talking Basketball.
That's it. That's what's on here. Basketball.
I love that one, man. I used to play it.
Really, I'll have to play that. Check it out. In Mantronics, I don't know who that is.
Then there was the song "Push the Button." Dun 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 dun. I like that song too. And Jam on It. Jam on It. Jam on It. It was hilarious, man. I was a kid at that age, growing up. You used to break dance on their head. Did you know about that?
Yeah.
They put a cardboard out there and would do all that. I never could do that because I knew if I ever did, I'd never be able to get back up again. So I didn't do all that stuff. So.
Yeah, very cool. All right.
Nicholas is the one. Jam on it. Jam on it. I always cracks me up. And of course, our bus driver had WWL WLOU on there, and man, he played that kind of music the whole time on the bus. So,
All right, we are out of time. I'm going to count this down. We got nickel on top at 255 in 3, in 2, in 1, and we are
got myself a Hicks.
Osmium Nectar number 1 goes to sold, SOLD, sold to Nickel Stacking. Congratulations, Nickel.
Yeah, hold the applause and just shoot the fireworks. That's all I got to say on that.
Gorgeous piece. Very cool. Good
Could I make it 2? Could I make the next size? I don't know.
With that, well, let's find out. That was beautiful first piece off the market. There's a finite amount of this, and nickel's starting to accumulate.
I think it's a good piece. I think I might be close to a gram now.
I bet with this was almost a half a gram. It was 0.3 something.
Yeah, like 1/3, I think. 1/3 a gram.
Yep, 1/3. So, all right, let's go put that baby in. Okay, I got it.
But you're going to get these in as long as you can get them in. So you're going to be getting them in on a regular basis until they run out, until all of it runs out.
Yes, which is going to happen. Yes.
Probably within a year and a half, you think?
They will have it all crystallized probably by that time. Whether it will I doubt it will all be out of their shop by then, but it will be crystallized by then.
But you can always network through each other, all the affiliates, and get a shape. Like if you didn't have any hearts, and you didn't have any hearts, whoever can you can work a deal out.
Yes, and there will be information on that coming out soon. I think I don't want to jump the gun on it, so I'm going to not say, but there will be more information about that coming shortly, Nickel. I think I already have the answer, but I want to make sure that I don't.
Let me ask you this. If I go to the Osmium Institute, is every different shape up? So anyone that's ever been created, I can go and look at it. Like I can search for a heart, spade.
Well, yeah, yes. There's a few pieces that they made into, like they made a cat one time that was an actual 3D cat, it was round and everything. They've made a few that weren't just flat shapes, but they're like so expensive and so tedious to make, they decided to just put them out in this form. So there's a couple that, there's a few products that wouldn't be on the site, but yeah, anything that's basically hitting the market, you could look through on their website. And that is, if you go to, you want me to show you that website? Well, we'll do that afterwards. I'm running.
So basically, if it's an animal or something, that's got more potential because they're not doing that anymore, correct?
Well, yeah, that first stuff that they did that's not even available to anybody. Like, I don't know where that went to, but they do have a few animal shapes now, but they're flat. Like they have a fox, a bear. I'm not sure what else. But yeah, you can go to the site and look through those and see them. They have a dove. Like they have a shooting star by the dove. That's all kind of, I think it's all under shapes. Okay, so this is a K9 ML dash Gimpe. I should have this done beforehand. Sorry, guys. I'm just a little behind here today. Okay, so that is entered in. It is coming in at $735. And remind me, Nickel, you get a 2% discount on your total purchase. And Silverboy Blues, you get 2% discount as well on your total. And everybody else is at retail at the moment, except for Space Miner. He's on there too. Okay, here we go. We're going to drop this piece. The second piece, the largest piece I have, is hitting the market right now. Oh, no. That was the last one. I don't know why. Never mind that one. That was my last post. Delete comment. Well, let me redo that. I don't know why it didn't work this time.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. If I didn't have potential gold purchases to make on this jewelry before I can flip it, I probably would have gone for the $700 one. But I just couldn't. That's I probably will in the near future.
Word up. Word up. All right, here it is. On the market, crystalline osmium. The largest hexagon to hit the LLC Hive is live. Hive is live. Osmium nectar. Okay, so while that is running, I am going to show you a page. What is it? Osmium.
By the way, here's the nickel 7.
Sweet.
Is it showing up?
Yep.
There you go, bros. Look at that. Mickey Mantle number 7. Right there.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Pure Osmium, osmium.com. Is that where you go? Yeah, okay. So here we go. So I'm going to share my page here. So if you go to osmium.com, don't go there now, but in the future, when you're bored, let me share my page here.
And may I add, dragons, eat your heart out, buddy. Look at that. Hey, if he didn't know who I was before, I bet he does now.
Okay, so yeah, if you just type in osmium.com, it should pull up this page. It pulls up on this tab, looks like this. And you can switch over to US dollars or whatever you're looking for, USD. But then when you come over, one tab over says buy. And when you click on that tab, it will give you the different shapes. And down here underneath that, they have bars, boxes, split bars, stars, and more letters and numbers and symbols. And symbols, I believe, is where you get your most. Yeah, here. See, there's your heart. There's a heart. There's a cat. There's a unicorn. And that's what I should have sent the unicorn to Silver Dragons.
Yeah, the heart looks cool. Like I said, 2 hearts would be great for earrings.
Yep.
The crosses would be great for earrings.
Yep. Or a pendant. Yep. The dove, I think, would look cool because it grabs your eye so well, like on a pendant or something. And then here's your your shooting star, which is also very cool.
If you're from Louisville, Kentucky, the horse, man, they would go big on here for the Kentucky Derby.
No doubt. That here's a teardrop shape. That's kind of cool. Violin. If you guys haven't seen the violin that they made with osmium, that's like a $1 billion project. That's a very nice violin.
And by the way, you have a bid.
I have a bid.
Silver
Blues. Boom. Big time. Take it.
Man. He's got more than I have.
He does now, doesn't he?
Yeah. He goes for it, man.
Good deal. That's a good buy, my friend. So yeah, you can go over there. Yeah, let me know if you want whatever you're looking for. Let me know. We'll get it ordered in, and we'll, we save on VAT and all that stuff, and yeah. We'll take care of you. You even get a discount through TheBee. This isn't just metal we're grabbing. This is part of history. I'm proud to be part of it and to be among those that will look back someday at like we were buying gold at 500. Yep, I think so, Space Miner. I agree. I'm happy to be a part of it myself. Thousands of years before this was even discovered, let alone put into this amazing product that is the most, I'm not going to go through them again, most inert, most dense, most beautiful, most everything. Quite an amazing project, and we happen to be here for the launch of it. You guys are here for the American,
and Dragons is going to miss out.
and he got some for free, so honestly he's doing pretty good. But
he may retire on that someday and go
right,
on it. Who would have thought it? Oh my! So
what a thing. It has 6 sides, not 8, correct? Yep. It's just like the honeycomb. And the hexagon is the most efficient way to stack weight. And so you're stacking it. And that's why I did this line again. And this allows you to get into osmium the most efficient way possible. You're getting not only is its natural crystalline form is a hexagon, it's the most efficient way to stack weight. There's no cut costs tied into this. This is like buying it at bullion prices instead of like getting, an S or a heart or any of these other designs. Those come with cut costs. And, that obviously costs money because that's how any product works. The more time and intricacy is involved, the more it costs. So, yeah. But this line through the beehive, you get yourself some osmium nectar, and just like the honeycomb that is also 6-sided, you preserve your wealth for your posterity, for your family, for the future. Just like when they pulled out of the tombs of the Egyptians and the honey that they had there in the honeycomb form that was sealed off from the bee, it was still edible after thousands of years. And that's what we're doing here. We're preserving value for generations to come in a form that represents longevity and the most efficient way to stack, let alone it's a shapeshifter. Woo-hoo-hoo. She's a square. No, it's a what is the saying? It's a plane. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a plane. It's a
man. Yeah.
Okay, time to counter down. We've got Silver Boy Blues at 735 on top in 3, in 2.
Now the saying's going to be, is it diamond? No. Is it a moissanite? No. It's osmium.
It's osmium. All right, sold. Silver Boy Blues. Beautiful. Now, see, I've lost my best. This is what I was showing off to everybody because it's so pretty in this larger piece and it's such a good shapeshifter. It's like, it is a very beautiful piece. And it's the highest sparkle grade out of those that I have as well. So it is you just took the nicest piece I had off my hand, Silver Boy. Good pickup.
Well, I think last time I got the bigger round. He got the smaller round. I think that's what.
Well, actually, yeah, that's right. But
so I think reversed this time. I got the smaller and he got the bigger one.
Indeed. Great pick.
I'll have to trick him out of that too somewhere down the line. Oh my.
Yeah, True Seeker. Yeah, he wants that back, but he needs to send those back to me because they came from me. So he needs to be thinking straight for once and send it back to the proper place, for crying out loud.
Did you send him 2? Is that right?
Well, yeah. So
what happened to the other one?
I reached out to him in an email. I should be careful what all I say, but what should I say? So he did a video and he said, you can invest in silver, you can invest in gold, and you can invest in platinum, palladium, and there's even these other metals osmium and like iridium, or he's named a couple others, but he says you can't. He said you can't invest in those. And I was like, actually, he is not aware that there's this new product. So I reached out and I said, hey, there's this new product that you can invest in now. And he's like, oh, really? You know, does it come with free samples? And I was like, oh, for you, Silver Dragons, you know. And so then I contacted him. I'm like, hey man, I think, you know, I'll throw. I had the one letter with. I think I had a D. I had the S or the D, one or the other. And I was like, you know, I think I'm thinking about sending this to him. He's like, well, why don't we just do both for his name, SD? And so that's what happened. And so yeah, he pitched in too. We both pitched in, and then the rest of the things happened. So oh yeah. Okay, well that's beautiful. All right, we're way past time. What time? 6:30. Yeah, we're way past time. Okay. Thank you for sticking with me, guys. It's just a lot to explain. I don't want to come off thinking, you know, without being thorough. So let's put up my ancient now, and we'll wrap it up because this is just taking too long. So we have. Let's see if I have it here. Yes, here it is. Alexander the Great. This also is a beautiful. Well, let me just zoom in there. Beautiful piece. Alexander the Great, 2,300 years. Yeah, 300 BC, so 2,350 years later or so, roughly. He conquered the world, and in doing so, he stamped out some of his own coins, which show him as Zeus. And or no, not Zeus, Hercules. No, actually, I think this is Zeus, or it's Hercules that he's modeling himself after this side, and on this side it shows Zeus seated. But this Zeus seated on the throne was taken from another ancient coin that I have, which had Baal seated on a throne. And that coin was produced right before Alexander the Great took over the mint that made that Baal seated on the throne, and it looks almost identical imagery. And so Alexander the Great just put his own little spin on it, in my opinion. And what a beautiful coin! And to look this good 2,300 years later is amazing. Beautiful example of Alexander the Great here. And I will put it up at the reduced price of 2,150. So, Alexander the Great, I'm going to put him up at $2,150. I'm going to play a little video whilst I do this. If I have it ready, I believe I do. Yeah. Here it should be. So this is that coin. And there we go. Beautiful example of Alexander the Great, one of the first people to conquer the known world. And supposedly his mother had a dream that she was visited from God, and that's had a little vision and said that her womb was full of this son that would conquer the known world. And show enough. TheBee, what was the sparkle grade on the Silver Boy Osmium Nectar? Was a sparkle grade 3, sir. It was a sparkle grade 3, I do believe. Yep. So I have lost my smallest piece and my largest piece. I've lost several. Man, I got to put in another order. Like I am so lost. I got some more stingers I can make, but I am like I got to put in another order already.
And potentially a derringer.
I would love maybe for at the end of if we'll see how things progress because I already have a collaboration on the existing Osmium load, the first X code that I sold. And once that collaboration is done, and if it looks as good as we think it will, then we will move on to the next one. And yeah, by the end of my limited set, if things go well enough, maybe I can talk the machinist into making an actual Derringer. That would be cool.
Yeah, if it's lifetime size, you probably just want to put Osmo handles on it, probably. And man, that'd be. I mean, it'd be probably expensive to have made, but man, it would be pretty much awesome on a secondary market for auction or something. Because, like I said, Americans love guns, and there's no telling what that would go for.
Yeah. Tail Chasers, welcome in. Good to see you. Don't think I've seen you in here. Nice having you. We're just kind of wrapping up the auction for the night. We moved some silver and gold and precious metals here, platinum at times, and we just sold a little bit of crystallized osmium. And right now we have this ancient coin of Alexander the Great up for auction. And looks like we have a subscriber. Well, thank you for subscribing. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated.
Well, that's what that means. All them faces.
Yeah. That's the what is it? The software doing its thing. And I didn't pick those faces, by the way. They're just whatever the software is doing. It's not what I picked. But I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You're doing pretty well. You have really taken off on your subs. I think you're going to be 1,000 here soon. So,
I don't know. I got it. First, let's get to 600.
well, yeah. Once you get to 6, you'll go right to 7, then right to 8, and so on.
Cool.
I generally got to 700 and went backwards, but it's one of those things.
It's weird. You go up. You'll jump up 10, and then the next day you get on, and it's like you're 5 back from where you were. It's like what just happened? I just lost 5 subscribers. What the heck? Great diversity tonight, B. Well, thank you very much, Space Miner. Thanks for hanging out with us and picking some stuff up and hanging out and helping out in the chat. Got to get you back up here and talk some more metallurgy. Get your knowledge out here to the rest of the world. You just got to 604. Oh, congratulations! You got a precious metals channel yourself there, Tail Chasers, or what's yours about?
When are you going to have Ian on again?
Next Wednesday.
Okay. Maybe he could. Does he have that other metal you were talking about? If he has it, has he shown that physical?
The rhenium?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He's actually got a nice bar of it. I have. I guess it's on my phone. I haven't put it up, but yeah, it's he does. He's got a nice. I don't know. I think it's like a kilo bar. Space Miner. What was that bar that he had? Was it a kilo? Alexander the Great, don't ever act like you're into her that much. He destroys you.
Yeah, if you could have him up, maybe he could put out what he wants for it. I might buy one. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Some of the women did a lot of damage back then, didn't they?
Yeah, right. I mean, the women. This is what people say. You've heard it.
Yeah.
If women rule the world, there'd be no wars. Don't be naive.
Maybe the opposite of that.
Man, they're more competitive than men in a lot of cases. If you haven't watched WNBA basketball, they have more fights than the men do. And they have a gang-up mentality. And I'm telling you, they would get pretty boys to do their fighting for them, and put a spell on them. I mean, so it would not be any more peaceful. If you have a resource and you need it, you'll always be wars as long as one country has a resource they need and they don't have it. Believe it.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, Tail Chasers. Well, congratulations on your subs, and cool. Sounds like he moved silver and also has stuff for cats and dogs. So you guys go check out Tail Chaser. All right, guys. Well, the timer, the sands of time have come to an end. So 2,300 years later and 3 minutes later, 2,303 minutes later, we are out of time. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight and nickel stacking. It was great hearing from you and having you on, helping out. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, anytime you need anybody to fill in, I'm here. If they get stuck in traffic or a plane delay or whatever, just let me know. I'll come up and help you because I like doing it.
All right, cool. Well, I like having you here. And everybody in chat, thank you so much for helping out. Thank you for all your bids and your purchases. I will be sending out invoices shortly. And greatly appreciated. Always fun talking and hanging out with you guys. Got to get going. I'll be at the Beverly Hills. So I think we have a show coming up in Beverly Hills, and I hope to be there and see you there, Truth Seeker. So very cool. And Gatita Oso, thank you very much for hanging with us, bud. And Space Miner, congrats on the Osmium pickups, guys, for sure. This is exciting times here. Great first pieces that everybody picked up. I think you will all be happy with what you got.
Yep.
And with that, we will catch you guys all on the next one. Later, guys. Thanks.
See y'all.